On my way to giving reasons for a common solution, I would like to start from the basic question why it is most sensible to make DOPs and other relevant product information available on a website. I deliberately use the expression making available on because it is the one used in the CPR, and it is used to distinguish the passive supply of information from the active supply, so distinguishing between providing information and just making it available. The first reason in favor of websites is, of course, that website solutions are the most cost-efficient, environmentally friendly and practical. By using the website option, that is, by applying Article 7.3, manufacturers take care of the obligations of the distributor in an efficient and safe way. Consequently, distributors do not need to provide copies of this information when selling the products, as the information is already available on a website. Supplying the information actively by email or other electronic means is also quite efficient and environmentally friendly. However, when supplying products via distributors, manufacturers usually don't know the contact details of the final end user. Printed information that is supplied with or affixed to the product can be a problem when products are distributed down the lines across borders, as, unlike the CE marking, the DOP but also the accompanying REACH information has to comply with the specific language requirements at the place of use. It is not only inefficient to provide DOPs in paper form with the product, but simply a waste of resources, as the important legal and technical information contained in the DOP is also contained in the CE marking. Some people keep also forgetting that although the CPR's obligation is to provide the information to the final user of the product, there are many more who may need the information, and some of them even before the product has been placed on the market. Now that the reasons for making DOPs available on websites have been highlighted, let's highlight some of the reasons to use a common platform rather than multiple individual platforms. The most evident reason for using a common platform is that it is cheaper to set up and maintain one platform than to do the same multiple times. We need to remember that the information must be made available for a given period of time, even if the manufacturer ceases to exist. The CPR mentions 10 years as a period of time, but there are already people calling for 20 or 30 years if the information is made available on a website. Obviously, a common platform is then a comfortable way of ensuring long-term availability of that information. There is also widely spread fear among contractors and regulators that manufacturers could manipulate DOPs of products which have already been placed on the market. Therefore, some are calling for external storage on servers that prevent manipulation of data as one of the conditions for using Article 7.3. Talking about the conditions for using websites, when the conditions are published by the Commission, it would be natural to expect that compliance with these conditions needs to be demonstrated. Of course, it is not yet known how compliance demonstration could be handled, but it is obvious that having to demonstrate it for a common platform is cheaper than having to do it for multiple manufacturer platforms. Also, when it comes to conditions and requirements in the future, a common platform has more power and influence than the individual manufacturer, especially if it is an SME. Users may accept that it is for them to download the DOPs, but they will not like to spend their time surfing the web from manufacturer to manufacturer to download the information, hopefully having the correct web address. The web address will surely have to be supplied with the CE marking, but if it is attached to the product, it might not be at hand when downloading the information in the office. Therefore, a common platform with a widely known address is a way more convenient than multiple manufacturer websites would be. Today, product information is supplied through different channels or on different platforms, and manufacturers are obliged to update that information on these channels and platforms. With a common platform, it would be possible to define interfaces to other platforms for information exchange and thereby to reduce the efforts of manufacturers. While today product information, whether in electronic or printed form, is mostly communicated in form of documents, in future the need for communicating in software-readable formats will grow. Due to the meaning and the future role of the DOP as a kind of central communication format, a common platform could be developed to become a reference database for others to source from, for example, for design or assessment softwares to dock onto this central database. Finally, evidently any future change to the content or the format of the DOP or any additional conditions can be much easier and cheaper implemented compared to the effort and costs which would sum up if implemented individually by each manufacturer. While people seem to agree that a common platform has its advantages, many still fail to see the arguments for a European platform. Obviously, the arguments that were presented on the previous slides count the more the larger the platform, which would also be an argument in favor of one bigger European than multiple smaller national platforms. A reason to go for a European platform is simply that no manufacturer can be absolutely sure that his products will not be sold across borders. That means that they will only be made available in his own member state, particularly not if he sells his products to distributors. This at least is the lesson that I learned from calls from countries where in a few cases calcium silicate masonry products were being used, even though they had to be transported for up to 2,500 kilometers. It also seems paradox to call for a legislative and technical harmonization to remove barriers to trade and at the same time creating isolated national solutions, which of course may themselves create barriers. If all create such national platforms or barriers, the main effect is an increase of effort and costs. Obviously, if there are reasons against isolated national solutions, there have to be reasons against isolated sectorial solutions, or more positively speaking, reasons in favor of cross-sectorial solutions. Again, size matters. The bigger the platform, the more product groups it covers, the greater the advantages. Product group specific platforms are as isolated solutions as national platforms compared to European ones. Same as there are manufacturers selling to different countries, there are manufacturers producing products belonging to different groups, for example masonry units, motors, auxiliary components and so on. The chance to establish a reference database for product information is the greater the more different product groups are covered. Due to the importance and role of the DOP and the given change of system at a given deadline, it may not be just a chance, but a unique opportunity. The special role refers to Article 4.2, which says that information in any form about the product's performance in relation to the essential characteristics may only be provided if included and specified in the Declaration of Performance. This turns the DOP into the communication format, a central communication format. Now, these have been a series of generic reasons, but of course the list is not complete. There are more generic reasons one can come up with, and of course plenty individual reasons a particular manufacturer might name.